local one for me today, Cheddar. I appreciate Cheddar's probably been filmed to death, but not in a position to travel too far today. Quite a lot on. I generally feel like crap. Left home at 4 o'clock and it was already 19 degrees when I started walking here about 4:30. So Limestone Gorge, I think, is about 1.2 million years old, I think. I think the gorge itself is about 3 miles long, so I've walked up right from the bottom. I'm going all the way to the top, and then the plan is, if you can actually see it, I don't know, because I haven't got a screen on the phone, but I'm walking up over the top there. That's the plan. I'm obviously going to carry on up the gorge up that way. It's really hard to get the size of this place on camera, but this particular part of the gorge is just beautiful. So carry on up the gorge a little bit longer, probably about another mile or so. I can't remember, it's been a while since I've been here, but eventually we will, or I will be up on top of there. It's a bit of a rocky, nasty climb, the first bit, but then you level off. I filmed Jacob's Ladder a bit further down the gorge, which is part of the cave system. You can't go up Jacob's Ladder because it's part of the cave entrance fee, but you can come down it for free. I just did a quick check on the prices to go into caves. Personally, I think it's very expensive. It's just short of £25 for an adult, just short of £19 for a child. I don't know if they do a family ticket or not, but a typical family, 2 adults, 2 kids, you're looking at £85. I don't know, that just seems a lot of money to me to wander around a cave. But I guess people must pay it. Not far off the top now. Those little yellow arrows, it did say at the bottom of the gorge there's a cycling event. Now there is an event called the Great Western Ride, which starts really close to where I live, and it basically ends up in Weston-super-Mare, but there's a couple of different routes you can take, one of them coming up through Cheddar Gorge. Now I've actually done that ride a couple of times. It's a charity ride. I can't remember what they normally support now. I think it might be prostate cancer, bowel cancer, I can't remember, but anyway, I've done it a couple of times, got the medal. Actually, it's the only ever time in my life where I've done 100 miles on a bike in one hit. By the time I got to Western and got my medal, I was on about 97, so picked up my medal and went and rode along Western seafront just to get that 100 in. And I thought I'd probably end up doing another one, but I'd done 2 of those organised rides, and one on Dartmoor, and the one on Dartmoor, I think that was the one that turned me off of cycling events a little bit. It was brutal. Alright, top end of the gorge now. I can see one car parked up there, which just off to the left is Black Rock, which takes you back down the left hand side of the gorge, and off to the right, which is where I'm going. So if you're tight like me and you don't like paying for parking, there is a few places up here you can park. Right, so if you come up through the gorge and you see the national speed limit sign, that is where the access is for the cliff walk. Over that side is what's known as Black Rock, which takes you back over that way, or this path behind me is the one I'm taking today, which will take you all the way back up over and down Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, that path is still steep and rocky and horrible. But at the top now, the sun's just coming up and brings you up to this gate. I think that's it for the climbing. I've only ever done it once before actually, but pretty certain that's it. Just come through that gate. Something making a noise over there. I don't know what it is, whether it's just a goat or a deer. Talking of deer, on the way in, on the way here this morning, sorry. I went past a tree in the country lane near where I live, and the moon, the full moon, through a really nice tree. It was looking stunning, and I glanced up thinking what a nice scene it was and whether I should stop and get it on film. Probably took my eyes off the road for 2 seconds, and when I looked back on the road there was a deer right in front of me, just off to the left in the lane. So an emergency stop and another pound in the imaginary swear box. Oh, let me knock. Load of goats. And then he ran off down the passenger side of the car. So I carried on my journey. Wow, look at this lot. Whew. Sorry about the shadow. As you can see, the views are opening out now, so you're looking down towards Cheddar and the reservoir and stuff. Right. Trying my best not to walk between the ones with the big horns and the little young ones. Not sure whether you can see the scale of it, but I'm on top the gorge now, which is all the way down there, looking out towards Cheddar Reservoir and Axbridge. I did a short little video on Axbridge. It's the smallest town in Somerset, if you wanted to have a look. And I've also done a video on Cheddar Gorge, which is kind of a miniature version of Cheddar Gorge, which is only around about 15 minutes drive from here. Beautiful. Yeah, that's as close as I'm willing to get. That's a hell of a drop. Stop for a quick break. Not far off the end of the walk now, actually. It's only a little way down, and I'll be going down Jacob's Ladder or further on if I can. What I think of it, I want to give a couple of shout outs to other small channels I follow. One of them being Smoggy Walks. I really like Martin's channel. Does a lot of quite short videos, 4 or 5 minutes long. They're great, they are, all around different parts of Wales, the less touristy parts. I noticed when I last looked at his channel, he was on 98 subscribers. Just a genuine channel. I'll put a link in if you like my sort of videos. I'm sure you'll probably like his. And the other channel is Nigel and Helen's Adventures. Again, really like their channel. They've very small channel, haven't long started. Just a really nice couple. You can just tell they get on really well, and they've done a variety of videos. I think they're down in Plymouth way, but they've done Dartmoor videos, Black Mountain, Brecon Beacons videos, a bit of wild camping, a bit of cycling, and they've also just come back from a holiday in Spain. And if you like the hill walks I do, you really need to check out their mountain walks in Spain. It looks absolutely stunning. And again, I'll put a link down below for their channel. Great channel, guys. Really do get a good view of the gorge from up here. I forgot how bad parts of that path were. It is rocky, ankle snapping, nasty. But you do end up here at this tower which is where the set steps is to go back down Jacob's Ladder back at the bottom end of the gorge. So I think this is probably going to be the end of the video. Basically just a load of steps back down to the village. Well, thanks for watching everyone. See you on the next one. Goodbye.